Emotional moments in a Washington County courtroom today where a man was sentenced to 14 months in jail after a traffic crash that nearly killed an off-duty Tigard police officer.
Our Fox 12's Kelsey Watts is tracking that story for us tonight. Kelsey?
Well, Officer Matthew Barbie was not in the courtroom today, but his wife was, and she spoke about the terrible impact this crash has had on him and their entire family. He was just finishing up his shift back in December of 2017, driving home in his personal car along Highway 26 when he ran into car trouble and pulled off onto the shoulder. That's when Darby McBride slammed into him. Officer Barbie suffered a traumatic brain injury, and his wife said today he's essentially lost himself. He can't turn his head at all, can't drive, may never work again, and requires 24-hour care, so he can't even live at home. Their 3 young kids are struggling to cope, and she said the grieving is never ending. The driver that hit him has narcolepsy and fell asleep at the wheel that night. He spoke in court today, too, expressing remorse, but the judge pointed out that he'd been in a narcolepsy-related crash before this and should have known the dangers. The judge called McBride selfish and said today's sentence will never bring Officer Barbie's family any justice. Take a listen.
If I had a chance to do it all over again, I would have. And I feel awfully, quite honestly, just knowing that I'm well today before you and that he is not.
But even as you stand here today, you tell this court that you couldn't have known the possible outcome. That was rejected in less than 5 minutes by 12 jurors. And I find it absolutely reprehensible that you continue to say that.
McBride will get credit for the time he's already served, which means he'll get out of jail in a few months. He'll also be on probation for 3 years. Will have to finish community service, 250 of those hours. Will also have to pay restitution for things like Officer Barbie's hospital bills, and his license will be suspended for 5 years. Reporting live in Washington County tonight, Kelsey Watts, Fox 12 Oregon.